Hey there, today the moon continues in Pisces. We also have or had, depending on when you're watching this, a first quarter moon in Pisces late Thursday night, early Saturday or early Friday morning, depending on your time zone. And really, that first quarter moon is highlighting the challenge or the conflict between your heart, your spiritual needs, your inner wisdom, your own truth and way of connecting with the universe, the conflict between that and some Sagittarian beliefs or dogma or somebody's theory or way of seeing things that you may feel in conflict with, and find yourself trying to fit in with some set of beliefs where you really need to trust your own connection to wisdom. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Friday, November 28th. Not only does the moon continue through Pisces and following that square to the sun in Sagittarius, but also later in the day, the moon squares Mars in Sagittarius. Mars, remember, is action, courage. It's where we need to take a stand or move something forward or do that action, do that thing that we've been meaning to do. So the moon in Pisces squaring first the sun and then Mars later in the day is bringing really a need to act from our hearts, to take action or make a choice, make a decision to align with where our heart wants to be, with what our needs are in the bigger picture. So your ability to dream and imagine is also activated by this Pisces moon mood of the day. The Pisces energy saying, this is really about you and your spiritual needs and your connection with the divine. What is true for you? What does your heart need? What resonates for you when you think about your spiritual needs? And where have you needed to contain your spiritual needs in a way, in a belief system or a theory or a perspective or a paradigm or even a way of answering questions or explaining things? Where have you needed to fit into that is not really true for your heart, for your being, for your own spiritual needs? So the need to get in alignment with your own spiritual ability to connect. And that can be, again, it could be dreams, it could be imagination, it could be intuition, it could be just your feelings, your emotional needs, and your needs to attend to what you need in the bigger picture. It can also be uh, that bigger picture of values, of perspectives and paradigms and principles. So things that are important to you, that are true to you, even if they don't agree with the current understanding or, having to fit in with someone's belief system, someone else's way of operating, someone else's way of explaining things, right? So that Mars energy says, find the courage to step into your own beliefs, to tell the story your own way, to align with your own understanding of what is true and what is right, and what you believe in and what matters to you. So connecting to what that is for you and your heart in that bigger picture of the Pisces energy. Pisces is about transcendence. So it's about what we need beyond the everyday, the ordinary, the here and now. So, what are your needs? And self care looks like, how do you attend to those needs? So, do you need art? Do you need nature? Right? What do you need in the bigger picture? Do you need to be with a friend? Do you need to have a cup of tea? Do you need to enjoy some good food? Like whatever helps you to settle into yourself and feel that the universe is a good place, that you're that wherever you are is a good place to be and to connect with that goodness and to look for that goodness. Where does that goodness exist around you? Not about whether the world is or is not a good place, but about where is the goodness, right? Looking for the places where those mystery and magical ways of connecting are happening. Where do you see magic happening? Where in time and place and environment and people does your heart expand? Where does your heart open? So obviously things that support you on that deeper level are good, like like for many of us it is being in nature, or art or something that just really reminds you that there is a bigger picture. But it can also be in places where that goodness lies, so where you see people helping, where you see people learning, where you see people growing, where you see people getting their needs met. That can also be a spiritual experience, right? It's an experience of what is good, of where kindness dwells. and and so being that love, being that kindness in the world, and that bigger picture of what love and goodness is all about. And it shows up in small ways, in magical ways, in moments that you don't expect it. Sometimes, just like that beautiful little tiny flower poking out from the concrete, right? That expression of joy, that expression of beauty that cannot be stopped. So what does that look like for you? Noticing where that is in your life or somewhere around you. Where is that happening? How can you step into that more fully? How can you feel it in your heart and remember that there is goodness in the world, that the world is a good place because there is goodness in the world, and you get to be part of that goodness. So what does that look like for you? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments, and thank you for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and my website is astrologyheals.com. And I'm encouraging people to go to my site, transformationalastrology.com, where I have free videos to dive deeper into this content and material. Also, with the option to do a $5 a month subscription that supports this work, which I deeply appreciate. Thank you for being the goodness in the world, and thanks for being here. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care, and thanks for subscribing. Bye for now.